Nutrition, one of the most important and consequently the most controversial parts of pet care. In this day and age, there are so many voices, opinions, options, and products that it's impossible to not feel lost at least once in a while. So, today, let's talk about what you actually need to think of in terms of your pet's nutrition so that you can let go of everything else and finally see what is the best way that you can feed your pet. Welcome to the Practical Pet Parenting Podcast, where science and research meets simplicity, practicality, and humor. Because we all know that pet parenting isn't just one thing. It's magical, beautiful, life-changing, frustrating, and overwhelming all at the same time. I'm Dr. Ashita Suresh, a vet, a mom, a dog mom, on the multiple species pet parenting journey just like so many of you. Join me as we cut through the noise, fear, and fluff and take pet parenting from overwhelming to, well, barely manageable. So, firstly, what is the goal of good nutrition? Let's start with that. We often hear the terms complete, balanced foods, right? And we have a lot of fancy and lengthy definitions for what complete and balanced mean. But simply put, it just means that your pet is getting all of the nutrients they need in a day, every day. And this also means, more importantly, that your method of feeding can be anything. It can be kibble, it can be fresh, it can be a mixed, it can be whatever you want. But the important thing is that they are getting the nutrients that they need in a day. So, how do we know what they need? To find this out, we look to standard organizations that have studied dogs and cats for many years and decades, and these organizations have put out recommendations. These organizations include AFCO, the Association of American Feed Control Officials, NRC, the National Research Council, and European Pet Food Industry Federation. These are organizations that do a lot of research on the nutritional needs of dogs and cats to figure out what and how much they need, and they put out guidelines. These guidelines are the rules or the standards that every company manufacturing a complete and balanced pet food need to follow. So whatever your brand, be it Royal Canin, be it Akana, be it any brand, they have to follow the AFCO guidelines to make sure that their product is complete and balanced and at the quantity that is recommended for the pet, they are getting all the nutrients they need in a day. Another very important part of pet nutrition is nutrients, not ingredients. And that difference really matters. For example, protein is a nutrient, chicken is an ingredient. So it does not matter whether the pet is eating chicken or not. It can get its protein from sources other than chicken. It can be eating eggs, it can be eating mutton, it can be eating fish. But as long as the pet is getting their protein, it doesn't mean we need to focus on the chicken. The important takeaway here is while the goal is to make sure that the diet is complete, meaning that they get all their nutrients, it means there are many different ways to do it. While kibble takes all the ingredients, makes a sort of formulation or a recipe, and then adds what's not there in terms of minerals and vitamins so that it's a balanced diet, fresh food ingredients or fresh food diets will have to have ingredients make up the exact nutrient quantity that the pet needs. Neither is a bad or neither is superior. It just means that there are different ways to get your pet what they need. So, with that out of the way, it comes down to what should you do? How should you feed your pet? So, the answer to that is 2 points: whatever meets your pet's nutritional needs, meaning complete and balanced, and whatever is sustainable for you. Now, if you are someone who has the time and who can afford to cook day in and day out for your pet, then it is worth talking to your vet or a nutritionist and getting a complete and balanced recipe along with any and appropriate supplements that they require. But if that's not something that you can do, it's better to go for a good quality kibble which will fulfill your pet's needs. And also, very important point, it does not have to be one or the other. A mixed diet is great. A lot of pet parents just follow a mixed diet. They give the kibble and they also give home food, and it's the best of both worlds. As long as there is not too little or too much in terms of their nutrition, it's a complete and balanced diet. It does not matter. Like, if there is one thing that I want you to take away from this episode, is that your method does not matter as long as your pet is getting what they need. So, the next time you feel anxiety about your pet's diet, remember that it was never about a particular method of feeding. It was never fresh versus kibble or one being superior than the other. It was always about getting their nutrients in, and the same goal has a lot of paths to it. Thank you so much for listening to the Practical Pet Parenting Podcast. If you found this helpful, don't forget to follow, rate, or review. Whatever your podcasting app allows you to do it. You can also find me on Instagram at Indian Pet Vet and read more at practicalpetparenting.com. Much love to you and your pets, and see you next week.